Okay, so welcome to our Yin Yoga and Mindfulness class. And let's just begin by settling down, finding a comfortable space for you to lie down. For our somatic awareness, that embodied body scan, our way of really pausing, turning inward, checking in with ourselves. How are we in this moment? How are you in this moment? Before we move into our yin practice, the more we take time to pause, turn inward, and really check in how we are, the more we get used to doing it. And then it becomes something that we just do as part of our daily routine. You know, we take little pauses through the day to check in. How am I right now? What do I need? How am I right now? What do I need? The more we practice that, the more it becomes just something that we do, a part of us. Just like brushing teeth, or, you know, washing your hands, or having a shower, or putting your clothes on. It just becomes part of our daily routine that helps us take care of ourselves and our needs. So wriggle around a little bit today on your mat. Wriggle around. So move around a little bit from side to side, and just bringing a little bit of movement. And then allow yourself to settle into that quieter space. Noticing whether you are feeling comfortable having your legs straight, or whether you need to bend your knees to releasing your lower back a little bit more, or even lie down on the side if your back is really tight, really painful. Feeling the support of the ground underneath you. Just feeling that support, the stability of that support underneath you. As always, if you're feeling restless, or if your mind is restless, if your body is restless, if you're feeling anxious or unsettled, practice a little bit of orienting. So turning your head very slowly from side to side and noticing your immediate environment. Noticing different colors, different textures. Orienting yourself within the space that you are in, your immediate space. Noticing consciously, mindfully, that your immediate space is a safe space, safe enough for you to relax and turn inward. You don't have to be on the lookout for the immediate danger, immediate threats here. Allowing yourself to drop a little bit more within your body. You can close your eyes if it feels comfortable enough. Or keep them open, gently unfocused. And noticing your breath. So noticing that you're breathing in this moment. And you don't have to do anything with your breath. Just becoming aware that you're breathing in this moment. That there is that natural rhythm within you, created within your body. The natural flow and forward movement that comes with the in-breath and the expansion within the chest, the belly, and then the out-breath and the gentle contraction in the chest and the belly. And knowing that you don't have to do anything. This rhythm and this movement, this flow happens naturally within your body, happens within each one of us. And can you bring curiosity within your body, within your experience right now? Can you be curious about your own inner experience and your own breath? I'm just noticing right now in this moment whether your breath is long or short, whether your breath is easy or labored, whether your breath is flowing easily or whether you're trying to control your breath in a bit more rigid way. So can you be curious about it? And also bring in that quality of self-compassion. Can you be kind to yourself, towards yourself, as you are experiencing a breath, as you're lying down on the ground in this moment, as you're checking in with yourself? And also, can you be kind and compassionate to whatever is coming up, whatever is present here, those different parts of you, your breath, your body? We can be extremely critical and judgmental towards ourselves, towards our experience. And just bringing a little bit more of that kindness and self-compassion with curiosity here. And knowing that there isn't the right or wrong way to be in this moment. It's simply how you are. And then bringing your awareness and your presence all the way down within your toes. Move your toes, move your feet. Allowing yourself to fully experience your feet from within, feeling your feet from within. All the different sensations, whether your feet are feeling comfortable, warm, cooler, tighter, easier. And then allowing your feet to flop to the sides if your legs are straight, completely softening in your feet, in your legs and in your hips. And if your knees are bent, just softening in the pelvis and in the hips, and softening through your feet into the support of the ground underneath you. And moving up within your ankles, your knees, your thighs, all the way up within your hips. Feeling both of your legs from within, noticing all the different sensations. Moving up within your pelvis, that pelvic bowl, allowing yourself to fully inhabit the whole of your pelvis area, allowing your belly to soften. Maybe you can even allow a bit more breath within your belly. You're shifting your awareness and your presence to your back. You're feeling the stability of the support of the ground underneath your back. How you are supported and held in this moment by the ground. Moving up within your shoulders, your left shoulder, your right shoulder, and then down within your arms, your upper arms and your elbows, your lower arms, your wrists and your hands. Feeling the support underneath your hands, whatever your hands are resting on, whether they're resting on the ground or on your belly. Taking a moment to acknowledge all the hard work that your hands and your arms do, all the creative work, all the connection and taking care of work. And then moving back up within your shoulders and your neck. Feeling the support of the ground underneath your scalp, underneath your head, how your head is supported in the moment, in this moment. And then shifting within your head and your face, your forehead, your eyes, your cheeks, your mouth and your jaw. And then dropping deeper within the inner space of you, space that we hold most of our emotions in. Just sensing within your throat. And then your chest. Your stomach. And your belly. Feeling the support of the ground underneath you, that stability of the support underneath you. And then just notice what's alive within you, what's flowing, what's easy. Allowing yourself to experience that vitality and ease within you. And sometimes we get so caught up and focus on what needs improving or changing that we actually forget to connect with what's already flowing, what's already easy within us. That vitality and life within our bodies. And then before we start moving, just ask yourself, what is it that you need from today's practice? What is it that you need? Do you need to reconnect with your breath? Do you need to drop a bit more within your body? Do you need to cultivate self-compassion, letting go, or any other quality? Do you need to really open your body? Or do you need to bring more soothing? Or any combination of those? What is it that you need? Setting your own sankalpa, your own intention to give yourself what you need in today's session. And then slowly just stretch your body out in any way that feels right for you right now. I need to get it. Okay. So in any way that feels right, just stretching out your body. How does your body want to stretch now that we're starting to move slowly? And then when you're ready, just bring your knees to your chest, hands on your knees, and gently rock from side to side, massaging the lower back. And then squeeze your knees in, lift your head towards your knees, just noticing, can you touch your knees with your nose? Does it feel tight? Does it feel easy? Again, curiosity can really help us in here. And then bring your feet down towards the ground, keeping your feet hips width apart. And today we're going to start with a little bit of somatic movement. So we're going to start with rolling the pelvis. So imagine, bring the arms alongside of the body, palms of your hands facing up towards the ceiling, feet slightly apart, knees pointing towards the ceiling. And the movement that you know, we've done it before. So imagine that your pelvis is like a rolling pin. So slowly on a count of 4, as you breathe in, roll the pelvis forward and down so you arch the lower back. So on a count of 4 and then pause. And then slowly on the out breath, rolling the pelvis the other way, flattening the lower back. Again on a count of 4 and pause. So as if you were just rolling the pelvis like a rolling pin. On the in breath, forward, so you arch the lower back on the count of 4 and then pause. And then on the out breath, slowly rolling it the other way, flattening the lower back on a count of 4 and then pause. So do it a few more times, breathing in. Breathing out. Noticing how just rolling this pelvis, your pelvis, it affects the whole of your torso, your spine, your scalp, your shoulders. This movement releases the front and the back of the body, bringing a little bit more balance here. One last time. And then coming to the neutral and just relaxing completely, taking a few breaths here. Then bring the arms out to the side in a cross position. And we're reaching over with each arm. So beginning with the right arm. Again, slowly on that count of 4 and then pause. So it's really the count of 5, slowly. But reaching over with the right arm. Breathing in, reaching over with the right arm towards the left. You can raise your head gently as you're doing it, keeping the knees pointing towards the ceiling. And then as you're breathing out, unfolding, bringing the head and the right arm down. And then the other side. Breathing in on the count of 4 and then pause at the end. And then breathing out, slowly unfolding. Follow your own rhythm, your own breath. Making sure you're keeping your knees pointing towards the ceiling, that you're not sacrificing your pelvis and your knees so you can reach more over with the arms. And when you finish the next out breath, just taking a moment here and releasing. We're going to do one last somatic movement here. So first of all, just bring the right leg up and just roll the ankle around. So just roll the ankle around in one direction. Noticing sensations in the ankle in the other direction. Might be some clicking. And then bring that right leg over the left, as if you were sitting cross-legged, so one knee on top of the other. And bring the right arm alongside of the body, and bring the left arm a little bit higher, but still at the light level of intensity. So if your shoulder is quite tight, you might have to adjust it. And we're going into a twist. So on the next in-breath, just slowly lower, again on the count of 4, just slowly lower the knees to the right. And on the out-breath, come back into the center. Again, very slowly. Do it a few more times. So breathing in, dropping the knees very slowly to the right. And then slowly coming back up on the out-breath. A couple more times. Noticing all the different sensations through the left side of your body. And then release. So bring the left arm down and do the legs. And then raise your left leg up, roll the ankle around. Notice all the different sensations within your ankle. The other way. Again, there might be some clicking, crunching, maybe not. Good. And then bringing that left knee over the right as if you were sitting cross-legged again. Then raise the right arm up on the ground, lengthening at the right height. So again, if your shoulder is quite tight, you might have to bring the arm lower. And then on the next in-breath, slowly bringing both knees to the left. On the out-breath, bringing the knees back to the center. And do it a few more times. The secret with the key rather than the secret, the key with somatic movement is the slow, very slow movement. It's not the final destination. It's that lengthening and contraction that in somatic movement is called pendiculation. That is really important. Breathing in, lowering the knees, slowly to the left. Breathing out, bringing the knees to the center. One last time. And when you finish the out breath, undo your legs. Bring both feet on the ground, knees pointing towards the ceiling. And then just interlock your fingers, bring the palms of your hands facing out if that's comfortable. And then just bring the arms behind the head, lengthening. You can have your elbows straight or elbows bent. Just taking a couple of breaths here, opening in the shoulders, keeping your lower back soft and easy, so you're not arching too much. So one of the biggest principles in the body is that when you overdo it in one part of the body, something else will have to give in the other part. So for example, in this pose, if you force your arms behind so your hands can touch the floor, but your shoulders are very tight, then your lower back will have to arch in order for you to be able to do that. Simple biomechanics of the body. We just want to do it at the right level of intensity so your lower back doesn't have to be sacrificed in order to do it, in order to stretch your arms. And then release. Bring your knees to your chest. Hands on your knees, gently rock from side to side, massaging the lower back. And then just bring your feet to the ground, roll over to one side and come into a sitting down position. Good. Okay. And then just stretch your right leg out. So stretch your right leg out, bring the left foot in. You can have that knee bend, especially if you've got very little tilting forward in the pelvis, because we are going to go into a forward bend here. Or you can sit on something, and that normally helps tilting the pelvis, but keeping that right knee soft. And first of all, we're just going to take a couple of breaths here, practicing our ocean breath, so bringing your hands in front of your chest, or you can have your hands down if your shoulders are very, very tight and you prefer that. And just taking a few breaths here into the belly, out from the belly, that ocean breath, our long, slow Ujjayi breath. Breathing in, opening your arms. Breathing out, bringing your arms back, hands in front of your chest. Breathing into the belly, out from the belly, and dropping the breath in the back of the throat as if you are trying to steam up a glass. This kind of happens in here. Okay, so sit on something. If you're finding this difficult, and keep that front knee, that right knee bent. That gives you a little bit more support, or you can roll a blanket and put it under your knee. So really, we don't want to experience pain. It's not supposed to be a torture. Okay, so taking a few breaths here. As always, remembering that if you start getting in that more breath, taking more breath in than breathing out, then let go of working so hard on the breath for a few moments. Allow yourself to drop within your body. Yin practice especially is all about surrendering and letting go. Grounding, allowing the ground to support you. One last breath. And then bringing your hands in front of you. On the next in-breath, just lengthen the spine gently. And as you breathe out, coming to a forward bend, coming to the first point of resistance. So rather than forcing something and going deeper into the forward bend, come to the first point of resistance. And just stay here, continuing with the ocean breath, breathing into the belly and out from the belly. Bringing that quality of surrendering, that yin quality, into how you're doing this practice, but also bringing a quality of self-compassion here. So not forcing, not straining. Or if you are forcing and straining, then be curious about it and bring your compassion into that part of you that is feeling like it has to be struggling and straining right now. Noticing, where is your mind? Is your mind still here, or has your mind gone off to something more exciting out there? Always bringing it back, back within your body, back within your breath. And then slowly come up. Slowly come up, and then just, we're going to do a side opening. So either bringing your hand onto your toes or bringing your hand onto your leg. Even if your leg is bent, you can still bring it onto your leg or your foot. Now raising the left arm up and taking a moment to allow your body to adjust, to open through that left side of the body. And then slowly start bringing that left arm towards your right foot, looking from underneath your armpit up if you can. If this is really painful on your shoulder, you can always bring the hand down onto your left hip and just open through the side of the body and the shoulder. And again, just coming to the level of intensity that is right for you. Remembering the body always changes. Using your breath to create a little bit of space here. And then gently come up. Good, okay. Swap the legs over. Stretching your left leg out, right foot in, and bringing the hands in front of you. Take a breath in, lengthen the spine. And as you breathe out, just come into a forward bend to the first point of resistance. And again, bringing that curiosity and compassion here into your inner experience. Is it easier on this side? Is it more challenging? Can you connect with your breath a little bit more? Continuing with your ocean breath into the belly, out from the belly. And then gently come up. Bring your left hand into your left foot or onto your leg. Raise the right arm up and take a moment again. Just allow the side of your body to open and lengthen. And as you breathe out, start bringing the right hand towards your left foot, opening through the right side of the body. And again, if that right shoulder is really painful, you can bring your right hand to your hip and just open through the side of the body and the shoulder. So remembering we all have different bodies. For some of us, this posture is quite easy. For others, it's very challenging. Bringing that quality of surrendering here. And then slowly come up. Good. Okay, then swing your legs underneath you, coming down onto your hands and your knees. And today we're just going to do a back bend from keeping the hips a little bit higher. And just stretching the arms in front of you and bringing the forehead down. It might be that this is very challenging, in which case you can always bend one elbow and open through one side to begin with. You could also bring something underneath your head, underneath your forehead to rest your head on. Softening through the center of your spine. Good. Softening in those shoulders completely. Very nice. Breathing your ocean breath. And knowing that you can come out of this pose if it becomes too much, and you can shift into a child pose, or you can relax in your shoulders a little bit more. Good. And then let's all shift back into a child pose. Relaxing your hips in here. And just taking a few breaths to soften completely. Taking a few moments here in the child pose. And then coming back up onto your hands and your knees. And we're just going to do a little bit of a twisting number today. So bringing the right arm underneath. Bringing the right palm of your hand facing up. The right shoulder onto the ground. The head onto the side. And then just stretching the left arm. Looking from underneath that left shoulder. Just taking a few breaths here. Breathing into the belly, out from the belly. You can tuck your toes under if you're experiencing some cramps in your feet. Sometimes if our ankles are quite tight, we can experience those cramps. And then slowly coming out, and we're going to go on to the other side. I'm going to turn around. So this time bringing your left arm underneath, palm of your hand facing up, the left shoulder if you can on the ground, and then stretching the right arm out, keeping your hips up towards, pointing towards the ceiling, looking from underneath that right arm. And noticing, is it easier on this side? Maybe it's more challenging. And then slowly coming out. Come back into a child pose. And this time you can have your arms in front of you, or you can have your arms alongside of your body, whatever feels like the right thing. And if a child pose is not an option, then lie down on your back with your knees bent. But sometimes our bodies can say very clearly that it has enough of being in the position like the child position. Noticing where is your mind right now? Is your mind still here, within your body, within your breath? Or has your mind gone off? There's something more exciting out there. And if it has, that's okay. Just simply acknowledge it and gently bring it back. Back within your body and back within your breath. And then gently come up, come into a lying down position and lying down on your back to begin with. Keeping your feet slightly apart, knees pointing towards the ceiling. Just take a moment here, taking a few breaths and softening through your lower back and your pelvis and your shoulders. And then slowly bring your feet to the edges of your mat. So a little bit wider than the hips, to the edges of the mat. Then drop the knees to the right. So feet wider to the edges of the mat. And then drop both knees to the right. Then slowly move the upper part of the body towards the left. So we're doing the cat catching its tail. So one more time. Feet wide to the edges of the mat, drop the knees to the right, and slowly move the upper part of the body, lean a bit more towards the left, and see if you can grab your foot or grab your ankle with your left foot with your left hand. Maybe you can, or maybe you can just reach in that direction, and then bringing the right arm behind the head, on the ground, lengthening, again pointing with your hand towards the direction of the left, or somewhere else if your shoulder is very tight. Rolling your head towards the left. And we're just going to stay here for a few breaths. Breathing into the belly and out from the belly. That slow, long Ujjayi breath, your ocean breath. Remembering that if you need to come out of this pose, please do come back into lying down on your back with your knees bent and pointing towards the ceiling. Never worry about what other people are doing. We all have very different bodies with very different needs. Slowly lower your right arm, raise the knees, straighten the body. So you're lying in a straight line with your knees bent, pointing towards the ceiling. Just taking a few breaths here, allowing your body to adjust, feeling the support of the ground underneath you. You can even roll your head maybe from side to side to soften in the neck, softening the shoulders. And then make sure your feet are on the edges of the mat, so quite wide. And then drop both knees to the left. Then move the upper part of the body, leaning more to the right. And then with your right hand, either hold your right foot or just reach in the direction of your right foot. And raise the left arm behind the head with your hand in the direction of the right side or somewhere else if your shoulder is very tight. Find a space where you can stay in. And roll your head towards the right. And again, we're just going to stay here for a few breaths. So one more time, those directions. Feet to the edges of the mat, quite wide. Drop the knees to the left. Move the upper part of the body, leaning to the right. With your right hand, hold or reach towards your right foot. Bringing the left arm up with the left hand pointing towards the right. And just staying here for a few breaths. And just noticing, where is your mind right now? Is your mind within your body? With your body, with your breath, or has it gone off somewhere else out there? Always coming back within that embodied somatic experience within your body. And then slowly release. Come back into lying down in a straight line with your knees bent. Bring your feet a little bit closer towards each other. And then just bring the arms out to the sides in a cross position and just rock the knees from side to side. Just rocking the knees from side to side. You can do it faster, you can do it slower, however it feels right in this moment. And just massaging your pelvis, keeping the belly soft. And then bring your knees towards your chest, hands on your knees. And again, just rock from side to side a few times, massaging the lower back. And then bring your feet down towards the ground. And we're just finding our last position, our Shavasana, for our last pose, our Shavasana. So you can either stay with your knees bent or you can stretch the legs out on the ground. Using the blankets, making sure you're comfortable. Having your arms alongside of the body or having your hands on your belly for more soothing support. Whatever feels like the right thing for you to do right now. And just allowing yourself to soften completely into this final pose here. Into the most yin out of all yoga poses, Shavasana. Allowing yourself to soften completely here. Feeling the stability of the ground underneath you. Noticing that you're still breathing. And allowing your breath to be however it wants to be right now. So letting go of controlling your breath in any way. and softening completely. And allowing the ground to hold you as much as you allow it to be, as you can allow it to be. Noticing how you feel right now after the practice we did today. Acknowledging that you showed up for your practice. Taking that time to reconnect within. And also noticing what is it that you need for the rest of today or the rest of the week to stay connected within. To stay grounded and centered. To stay connected, excuse me, within your inner sense of stability and safety. To help your body and nervous system to stay regulated. What is it that you need? And there isn't a right or wrong answer to this. It's simply what comes up from within your own body wisdom, that inner knowing of what's needed. And then bend your knees, give them one last squeeze, roll over to one side for a couple more breaths. Lying on your side for a few more breaths. And then come up to a sitting position for the closing part of the practice. Sitting cross-legged or whatever way is comfortable for you. And take a moment to connect with the feelings of gratitude for whatever is meaningful in your life, whatever you love, whatever you care about, whatever you appreciate, whatever you are grateful for. And also the feelings of gratitude that you've taken this time for your practice, for your own benefit and benefit of others. And dedicate this practice to all sentient beings for their well-being and happiness, to Mother Earth, and also to somebody that you really care about, whoever would benefit from the energy of this practice. Thank you.